So I thought I was done filming, and Willow, hey Willow, Willow, you should look up because this was your idea. She's busy. Anyway, Willow was sniffing around this pot and reminded me to show you. So this was a ficus tree that I moved out too early and it died from cold. And instead of immediately tossing it, I decided to use the structure as a trellis. And I planted some sweet peas. Now these are not sweet peas to eat, these are sweet peas that will flower. And I planted a couple of them around the base. I'm hoping that the sweet peas will climb up the tree and this will be a beautiful sweet pea flowering, gorgeously scented area of the front porch. Miss Willow, you think it will be? I think it will too. Let's get a close up of Miss Willow. I know. She's like, I am gardening girl number 1. Say, Chrissy's gardening girl number 2. And then we occasionally get Bullet and Raleigh. Alright, let me get off the steps because I keep backing up. I'm going to fall down these things. This is the next thing I wanted to show. So, if you look this way back, you will see that I have a tall flower here in this pot. And what that tall flower is doing is it is giving some shade to my pansies. So my pansies are going absolutely crazy and they are gorgeous. And the reason why they're doing that is because they have some sun protection. Because pansies will absolutely melt and die during the hot summer here. But if you can keep them in a protected, shadier spot and keep them cooler, they will actually continue to flower. Now, you will have to fertilize them to keep them in bloom. But if you keep them cool, watered but not wet, and fertilize occasionally, you can keep getting flowers off of them. And you can see that one is not protected, so it's a little more beat up compared to these over here that are protected. And y'all, when I say I don't know what I plant, I truly mean it. I think I've got a volunteer here. I don't think I planted that. But you know me, I like a volunteer. I will leave it, I'll see what it does and see if it's happy. See what it becomes, I don't know. Same thing in this pot. So these look like tomatoes. I don't recall putting tomatoes in there, but I do reuse my potting soil. And then I've got something else down in there. I don't know what it is. I'm going to give them a little bit of time, see what they do. If they are tomatoes and they're volunteers, I can't leave them in a pot that size. I'm going to have to transplant them somewhere else. And then these are the tube roses. They're just leaves at this point. They're not really doing anything. But the fourth one finally did come up. I'm excited about these. I've never grown tube roses before, but they look beautiful. So we'll see. And then the rest of the courtyard is just going crazy, including the weeds. And the deer. Oh my goodness, look at this. So this is a hardy hibiscus, or was a hardy hibiscus. I don't know if you can see. The deer completely ate the tops off. And that top is just a top to a trellis that is similar to the trellis on that peony right there. But a deer got in here, and honestly I think the deer might have caught a leg in it or something, and it freaked out and it broke it. So I thought, well, I'll use the top almost kind of like a cloche to protect the hardy hibiscus. Obviously it didn't work. The deer didn't care. The deer ate it anyway. Alright, so that's hardy hibiscus 1. In the courtyard the deer ate. And the deer ate the volunteer tomatoes. Alright, well, that's good news. The deer did not find and eat that. That is a purple blooming chase tree, or also called a vitex. I love that plant. I'm excited to have it there. I think it's going to be beautiful if I can keep the deer from eating it. Alright, and hardy hibiscus number 2 that the deer ate. And the deer ate the serviceberry again. So the serviceberry put up all these sprouts at the bottom at the base, and the deer ate all of them. The tree itself had not really leafed out yet, so they left most of the established tree alone because it didn't have leaves on it yet. But it ate all of the base. Alright, let's see what else the deer ate. Alright, and if I open a gate and I go out, you know the dogs are. Here they come. And that's fine. They mind very well and they have good recall. So normally they stay with me, or at least reasonably close. They'll be fine. Y'all, when I say my deer eat anything, that had mint in it, and they ate the mint. They did not eat the lavender. And the lavender actually has blooms on it, getting ready to bloom. Excited about that. And let's see if they ate this again. Well, they did eat some. You can see they actually pull up the plants a lot of times. They'll pull the roots out and kill them. Even if they don't eat them, they'll just pull them up. It's kind of annoying. Sorry, there's a pine tree baby. And I got that. That's alright. And y'all, I don't know what this is. It's a volunteer. It is a tree of some sort. The deer continue to eat it. I don't know if you can see right there. And then it continues to put out leaves. So I'm like, you know what? If you're that determined, I'm going to leave you and see what happens. And then over here, it looks like the garlic. I put 3 small garlics in here. It looks like the garlic is doing well enough to keep the deer from eating this. So this is a chrysanthemum. It was the same size as the chrysanthemum that we saw earlier in the backyard in the pot. The one in the pot is probably a good 8 times bigger than this one. This one is small because it's in a tiny little pot. And it's hanging. And it's got insects on it. Let me get that off. And then I have a pansy in there. So yeah, we'll see if the garlic continues to deter the deer. If so, I'm probably going to be like Transylvania Vampire County, and I'm going to have garlic growing everywhere if this works. And you can see the deer came in, and from right above the wall here on the courtyard, they ate all of this bush. Now overall the bush is looking very, very healthy. Probably going to be as tall as the first floor. So that's the garage. It'll probably be as tall as the garage by the end of this summer. That is the angel trumpet vine. It is doing very good. It's leaning a little bit trying to get sun because of the bush leaning over and growing over. I'm going to leave it. It's fine. I don't care if it's got a lean in it. Okay, what else can we look at while we're still out here? Let's go look at this rose bush. So the rose bush is absolutely wild. It is massive. And it is shading probably too much the bed up under it. So the bed up under it in the springtime is all daffodils. And then I put a whole bunch of just wildflower seeds in there, trying to get wildflowers during the summer. Some took, some didn't. But as much shade as that rose bush is putting out now, I don't know. And it's so beautiful that I hate to go in there and just chop it down. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. All right, and I do need to get in there and pull that out. Those are some type of grassy things, but look, the spikes they put on. Y'all, during the summer, if you're out here barefoot or even wearing flip-flops, those things are wicked. So I definitely need to be proactive and dig that out and get rid of them sooner or later. You can see just how dense that rose bush is from the back. So that is the back of that rose bush. It has several bird nests in there. As old as that rose bush is, I'm surprised it's still as healthy as it is. But it still looks like it's doing great. I mean, look at the number of buds on here. And y'all, it has the most beautiful yellow rose. And then I don't know if you can see how tall that is, but it's a good 13 foot tall. And that is a purple loropetalum. And you can see prior to me, they had gone in and chopped them back pretty hard. I don't know if you can see where that old cut was, but someone had come in and just butchered them. I let them grow, but I did not intend to have a 13 foot tall bush there. My intention was to let it be as tall as the wall for the courtyard, but it has definitely exceeded that. My sago palms are starting to recover after the cold winter we had. Now I can go in there and I can trim out every dead frond or leaf. I'm kind of a lazy gardener. I just leave them. The plant kind of hides them and buries them themselves because they end up growing so profusely during the summer. So I think I'm just going to leave it. It doesn't bother me. I don't think it looks that bad. Chrissy Ann, what are you doing? Hey, Bullet. And there's Willow. I knew y'all wouldn't be far. All right, until next time, happy gardening from Heather and the Pack.